this updated naming guidance is inconsistent, and therefore it can create confusion. It will create confusion, and therefore also create a safety problem. So I think there's still a possibility or hope that FDA will eventually park completely this guidance document and not apply any suffixes anymore. And why we think that is because I think they have to take into account a number of realities. And what are these realities? Well, first is that FDA is the only country or only jurisdiction in the world which has used or applies, suffixes, meaningless, unmemorable suffixes to biosimilars and new biologics. And we believe that because pharmacovigilance is a global activity and not only a national activity, that FDA should align with the highly regulated markets around the world. So that's one important point, a reality. Second one is, and it's a very interesting one, is the fact that I think it's a publication or an article of 2013 where it was mentioned that currently we have 77 biologics on the US market which share 23 non-proprietary names. And in other words, now because FDA does not apply the suffix now to those products, it confirms that they don't consider that there is a safety issue or pharmacovigilance issue with biologics sharing the same proprietary name. And we share that with the FDA. The other very important point is what happens today with the ADR reports with biosimilars. And when you go on the public dashboard of the FDA website and where they list the adverse events, somebody made the calculation and looked in every single biosimilar report, found out that all ADRs which were linked to biosimilars have been identified to 99.1% with the brand name. So pharmacovigilance is assured, so I think that's a very compelling point. And then maybe another important point I think might be also, or is that I think FDA is working on a pilot project for track and trace, which will identify the products down to the batch number, and apparently that's the ultimate goal, that we identify down to the batch number, and a suffix can never do that. From a personal perspective, and I say that from a personal perspective because as IGBA we have not yet finalized our comments to the FDA naming guideline, and we will do that. I think if FDA does not stick to what they have proposed now, I think they must apply the suffix also to all reference products for which biosimilars are approved. And I even go further, and I say this is my personal opinion right now, and we see if that will end up in our common position, is that even for biologics for which do not have a suffix now, but which undergo manufacturing change and for which the companies need to provide data to prove that safety and efficacy is not altered, that these products also needs to have retroactively also have a suffix.